Climbing the traditional ladder, the career ladder, that is, for most people, is becoming a thing of the past. It's not just the rise of hybrid working or constant workplace restructures, it's the whole shape of work that shifted. Side hustles, startups, the gig economy, you've heard those words. Today's career paths are more like winding trails than straight lines. For our parents' generation, especially those over 60, switching careers wasn't the norm. Jobs were about stability, providing for the family. Even during tough economic times or recessions, the goal was to hold on to one job, sometimes for life, and often, believe it or not, with the same company. Fast forward to now, and things could not be more different. Today, it's about finding income in new and creative ways. I mean, there's influencers making money in their gym jams, workers juggling multiple jobs or gigs. And it's not all about the money. Sometimes it's about the meaning. The whole idea of work-life balance is evolving. Instead of trying to separate the two, people are blending them. For the next generation, the idea of a job for life simply doesn't exist. Flexibility is key because the generation entering the workforce have grown up with the knowledge that jobs aren't for life. Ingrid Osborne is CEO of Integrity Recruitment, and she joins us now. Ingrid, good afternoon.
Hi, how are you going?
Well, good. I mean, it's interesting, Ingrid, because, I have been in this career my whole life, besides a couple of little jobs after school. And, I've done this for 38 years, but which is quite probably strange, after what I've just talked about. But having said that, there's been ups and downs and, career falls and a year off here, and has not been smooth sailing, let me tell you. But let's start with what you're seeing is the whole idea of a traditional career, like, that one job, it's disappearing, right?
Yeah, it is. So as you said, like my parents' generation, my mum was at the same job for years. My dad's still doing the same job 40 years later, where in my generation, which is the one above the one coming in, it's you kind of like, for me, I've been a school teacher, a foster parent, and now I'm in recruitment. So it just doesn't, jobs can change and skills can adapt. But with the new generation coming in, you're right, it's about flexibility. It's about what's come on from COVID. It's about working from home. And this whole 8:30 to 5, Monday to Friday, just seems to be disappearing.
So the younger job seekers coming in, I mean, I don't know what age bracket you see. What do you see all ages coming into you?
Yeah, I do. So I'm a nationwide generalist recruiter. So I see all ages, all industries, you name it, I've done it. So what I'm seeing is there's a real discourse between the older generation and the new generation, because the older generation are saying you need to be at work 8:30 till 5, and the younger generation are saying, no, I don't. COVID's shown us that I can work from home. So it's finding that balance between the two so that you can create a workplace that flows for all generations. I recently spoke at the Project Management Conference in Auckland about this very topic. And my advice to people who are employing a new generation is to embrace them. So they do have new ideas. They know technologies that, that we don't know about. They also, social media now is such a big platform for any business, and they know how to make it look so good. So what we need to be doing is using their knowledge. But what I'm also saying to my clients before they employ the next generation is that you have to make sure that flexibility and expectations, KPIs, everything like that is set out before you give someone a contract. Because flexibility without structure is just chaos. So you need to make sure, and it is, you need to make sure that both parties understand exactly what is expected of them before you employ someone. And that is the biggest step to getting this whole kind of older generation, newer generation, it's how we get it working is communication, clarity, and expectations. And
Does that
that's
mean,
why
Ingrid, that the younger generation can't think on their feet if everything's got to be everything that you will be doing has been listed here before you sign the contract?
it's not so much what you'll be doing, it's more the expectations around flexibility. So it's okay, you can work from home on Wednesday and you can work from home on Friday, and we'll put that in the contract. So that as a manager, you're not getting, oh, well, I want to work from home today. It's just
right.
getting it out so
Yeah.
that everyone knows, like, this is what is going to happen. And so then if it's, there's no, well, I want to work from home today. And so you just have, especially as an employer, you just have a little bit of clarity because it's in there. I know with my last employment, I've got a 4-year-old, so I need some flexibility around her. And so in my contract, it said 9 till 4, Monday to Friday, Wednesday working from home. So that it was just clear for everyone that those were my hours, and that's what I did, and that's when I was at home, and that's when I was in the office. So that it was just clear. And then everyone knows where they're at, what they need to be doing, and things like that. But then also another factor you have to take in with flexibility is that it's different for everyone. So some people love being in the office, but some people like being at home. And so it's making sure that everyone is heard. And that's why I say to people, do it before you employ someone. Have those conversations before you employ someone. And that is in recruitment, that's one of my biggest jobs, is making sure all that's set out before the person starts.
Well, you're very good, and obviously have seen this happen and fall apart, because I hear from, listeners that say, of a certain generation, they're saying these young kids are entitled. Work is work, flexibility, BS. I was there 9 to 5, 5 days a week, did me no harm. Why are they giving the boss all these demands?
Yeah. Do you know what? I saw a video. A friend of mine who is still a school teacher sent me a video, because I was starting to do that when I was a sales manager, going, just get to work. And so I wanted to understand, what you're best to try and understand it rather than fight it. Yeah. And so a friend of mine sent me a video, and it's really interesting. So back in the day, I know when I was growing up, because I'm 39, so I'm not exactly old, but I know that when I woke up, I had to eat my breakfast, I had to get dressed for school, I had to brush my teeth, I had to tidy my room. I had a lot of jobs before, and once I'd done that, then I could watch TV. So I had to do everything before I got the satisfaction that I wanted. Yes. What's happened with cell phones, social media, scrolling, everything like that, and there's a video on it, it's really interesting. And so what happens now is people, and this is the younger generation, in the mornings, before they have to do all their jobs, they can pick up their phone and start scrolling and get satisfaction from that. And so because they've got that satisfaction before having to do anything, that's where this whole, I've already done that, so I should get so-and-so, like in the workplace. And that's where the breakdown's coming, is the older generation is like, I had to work to get what I wanted. And the younger generation are waking up and going, I get what I want, and then I do my jobs. So it's just a shift and technologies and social medias, and it was a really interesting video to watch, and it explained a lot. So
I'd like to see that. It sounds so.
So
having said all that, then, do you think older job seekers might struggle more with this shift?